The small building located on this ancient bridge behind me was once used as the local jail. And I must say, when it comes to enviable river views, well, it's not the worst place in the world to be banged up, is it? So, where am I? I'll be confessing all in just a moment. Today, a dynamic house-hunting duo has a promising start in their search for a country home close to family.
Johnny, I think you might be on a winner here.
Later, those positive reactions ramp up.
Oh, wow, that looks fantastic.
That has wow factor.
Today I'm in Wiltshire, and this is the attractive market town of Bradford upon Avon. There's been a settlement here by this river for over 2,000 years. In fact, the town gets its name from the term Broad Ford. Now, it's just this river itself that's key to the whole area's prosperity, with its attractive architecture spanning Saxon, Georgian, right the way through the Industrial Revolution periods. But, as you're about to see, this is just one snapshot of many that this fascinating county has to offer. Known as the gateway to the West Country, landlocked Wiltshire is bordered by several counties, including Somerset, Berkshire and Hampshire. It's a region of contrasts, from its ancient sites such as Stonehenge, said to have taken 30 million man-hours to construct, to the famous white horses etched into its hillsides. It's thought the oldest at Westbury was first carved into the steep chalky slopes in the late 1700s, and it's certainly a great vantage point for views across the stunning countryside. Wiltshire's expansive plains give way to an eye-catching carpet of rich green fields in the Vale of Pewsey, an area of outstanding natural beauty. The county's architecture is as historic as its landscape, ranging from attractive white timber-framed cottages and thatched roofs and Georgian-style red brick townhouses to rather more decorative facades with feature windows. With its prehistoric monuments, beautiful rural terrain and traditional architecture, Wiltshire offers the complete country package for aspiring escapees. But as you might expect, the prettiness of Wiltshire does come at a cost. The average price of a detached house here in the county currently stands at just under £320,000, which is around 12% above the national average. But don't despair quite just yet. There are variations within the county. And if you want your budget to stretch that bit further, you're better off heading towards the west of Wiltshire and the Somerset border. So, who are today's buyers and why have they been tempted by the wilds of Wiltshire? Let's meet them and find out. Former dental nurse Elspeth and her retired dentist husband Robert from Warningham in Surrey were in rather a compromising position during their first encounter over 4 decades ago.
We met over a patient when I was a dental student at Guy's Hospital, and she was 19, she was tall, slim, beautiful, with long brown hair, and so I spotted her immediately. Yeah, we started going out January 1973.
They were married 5 years later and now have 2 grown-up children.
We've got a gorgeous son, who's called Matt, and we've got a gorgeous daughter called Heather. And the magic bit about the 2 kids is the fact that they both had children within 6 weeks of each other. So we've gone from not being grandparents at all to having 2 of the most beautiful little grandchildren.
We're very proud of them. Proud grandparents.
Elspeth and Rob have lived in their 4-bedroom Surrey bungalow for 20 years, but are more than ready for a change.
I think our house has got to the stage where
it's a little bit big for us because when we moved in there were 4 of us, whereas now we rattle around a bit, don't we?
And it's family ties pulling them towards the west.
Well, we're looking to move near the Bradford-on-Avon area to be close to our daughter Heather.
And my mum.
And your mum.
No, it's a beautiful area and it's just time for a change. And I'd love to live down there and then I can be a proper granny and help out.
Yeah.
Which would be super. And you can be a proper granddad.
Yeah.
Because our son lives in West London, so sort of being out in that corridor, on the M4 corridor, would really be brilliant because it would take maybe an hour and a half to get up to West London. Perfect. Then we can do the grannying on the other child.
This sporty pair are also looking forward to enjoying hobbies like rowing closer to home.
I've racked up about 120,000 miles in one car just going to the boat club and back. I'd love to jump on a bike and cycle to the boat club. That would be my dream.
Elspeth has a love of horses and is an accomplished rider, but nowadays shares in Rob's sporting passion.
I joined Robert in learning how to row about 15 years ago and fell in love with that too.
But that's not all. Elspeth's got plans to get green-fingered, and they're both looking forward to making the most of their new country surroundings with their dog Skye. What's more, Rob's pride and joy, his classic sports car, will also need a new shelter with this move. So with their house on the market and a zest for life, they can't wait to be closer to family, an area they love, and a future of possibilities.
We've really enjoyed being here, loved every minute of it. But we're going to love new adventures and doing different stuff. That's what we want.
It's because we don't want to miss our grandchildren growing up. And they're only young ones.
And we're only young ones. Our grandson is the love of my life. And so to be able to just pop in and give him a cuddle and say goodnight to him and then just zoom home again easily would be a joy.
Although being closer to family is a draw for Elspeth and Rob to move closer to Bradford-on-Avon, they're looking to settle in the peaceful surrounding countryside. Before we start our search, I'm catching up with them here to find out more about their property aspirations. So, family are bringing you here, but what is it about this part of the world that is capturing your imagination then, Rob?
It's halfway to the West Country where we like going down to. There's a particularly good rowing club here.
Talk me through the kind of village you would like to live in from now then.
Quite sort of smallish, perhaps a good pub.
Yeah.
A little post office perhaps, a convenience store maybe even. That's about
I
it,
think
really.
somewhere where people know who know us and.
It's community you're after then. You want to be part of that, of course. Now then, let's talk about the house itself. What does it look like? I mean, this county has just amazing architecture.
Yeah.
Do you want a piece of that old feel?
Trouble is that if it's too old, he's too tall.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I think we're very anxious that we have a property that doesn't require a huge amount of maintenance.
Okay.
And it would be nice to have a good view.
Now, views. I mean,
Views.
views are important to both of you, aren't they?
Yeah. And somewhere quiet.
Right, okay.
So we don't want to be on a main road or a cut through.
Okay, that's fair enough.
That's quite important.
Now, size of property. You've got your son up in West London.
Yeah.
You're going to be coming down to visit.
Yeah.
With grandchildren.
How many bedrooms?
Minimum 3 bed.
Okay.
It would be lovely to have a big entertaining space because we're quite big people.
Large kitchen.
Do you like open plan? Or...
That would be
plan.
great.
You've not really tied me down as to exactly what style of property you're after.
Light.
Light, well, light inside then,
Yeah.
obviously.
Yes.
Okay.
We need somewhere to park cars and perhaps have a double garage.
How essential is this garage to you?
Quite essential because my car rusts like mad, so
Right, okay.
it would be quite handy to have one.
We
Okay.
could get away with a single garage.
Yeah, we could, yeah.
Finally, what's the budget?
800.
£800,000.
Yeah, about 800.
Which is a very healthy budget in a pretty expensive part of the world, but I think we can get there or thereabouts.
Yeah.
Shall we go?
Yeah,
Shall we go?
smashing.
This way.
Okay.
Elspeth and Rob's budget of £800,000 is extremely healthy for this neck of the woods, so I'm feeling pretty confident as we get our search underway. They want a manageable house and garden, but being a sociable couple, it must be geared up for entertaining with a large, light kitchen. They're flexible on style, but need 3 bedrooms, a large garage for Rob's classic car, and a quiet location with fabulous views. We've assembled a fantastic mix of properties to tempt Elspeth and Rob with, but the all-important price will only be revealed after they've explored each house. The final visit to the mystery property will offer this gregarious pair a grandiose option in which to accommodate their visiting family and friends. We're kicking off our trip round Wiltshire in the village of Causley, which is half an hour away from Elspeth and Rob's family in Bradford-on-Avon. The nearest towns are Warminster to the east and Frome to the west. The countryside surrounding Causley is rich and green, with the village's quiet narrow lanes bordered by hedges, behind which are many attractive properties. There are plenty of great spots for dog walks, and there's a local pub nearby. Just over a 5-minute walk from the pub and we're at this rather imposing property, quite different to anything else in the area. Now then, you're after a property of size, I think this could do the job.
Yes, I think I like that.
It's got an alpine style to it.
Yeah, it has, isn't it?
I
mean,
can imagine it in a ski resort in Austria.
Yeah. It's got that chalet style, hasn't
Yeah.
it? OK, good. Let's go inside.
OK.
This property is of an exceptionally high standard. The current owners designed and built it 16 years ago and chose everything down to the materials. Right then. Now, for Rob, you'll be pleased to hear, behind that door is a boot room and a double garage. Downstairs loo. But I think this is your most impressive room in the house.
What a lovely big room.
Wow, this is fantastic.
Yes, I like this. It's a really, really good space.
Let me walk you through, because the flow is really good in this house.
OK.
Now, if you want to get your guests out of the way, I think this is a perfect room to do it in, while still being connected. Again, spilling out to a really nice terraced area there.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
But if you want to be cosy, this is the room to do it.
OK.
The owners call this their best room. What do you think of it?
Yes, I think it's a nice room.
Space is the most important thing, isn't it? And you've
Yeah,
got
it is.
plenty of that upstairs, so come with me.
Yeah, OK.
Up a winding stairway leading to a galleried landing, there's a family bathroom with a skylight and 4 double bedrooms. One currently in use as a study, another that's dual aspect, then there's a cosy double. We're heading for the largest of the 4, which takes in some fabulous views. Now, the master bedroom, as you would expect, is en suite, with a big wardrobe just through those double doors as well.
Oh, great. Lots of storage. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, excellent size.
I was hoping this would be plenty of room for you.
Yeah,
excellent.
Yeah, this is plenty big enough.
OK, well, look, these have been pretty good reactions so far.
yeah,
I'll let you have a
excellent.
scooter around the house later on. Let's go out to the front of the house,
Right.
OK, and we'll start talking about price. It's at the front where the majority of the slightly sloping manicured garden is found, with a lawn also wrapping round the side of the house. What's more, there are decked areas which, on a bright day, are real sun traps. And at the rear of the property is the double garage and also the fantastic views. So as you can see, this house has been designed with socialising and a bit of outdoor living in mind, but also being able to escape from the weather under various shelters.
That's a good idea.
Excellent idea.
So, after a brief look around this house, let's guess the price. Who wants to go first?
Elsa's first.
Good man.
I would say 785.
OK.
I'm going to go lower, 750.
Well, Rob, you're closest, but you'll both be pleasantly surprised because the asking price for this place is offers around £675,000.
Wow, we're way out.
Way out.
Gosh.
It's a lot of house for your money.
Go back inside the house and
OK.
give it a good go. You know, have that chat amongst yourselves. Could you imagine yourselves in this house long term? And I'll meet you whenever you're done.
OK,
All right?
smashing. Thanks a
Good
lot.
luck.
OK.
This bespoke designed chalet-style stone house has a price tag that's a jaw-dropping £125,000 below Rob and Elspeth's budget and delivers them all the space and light they're looking for. There's a great entertaining kitchen and one more bedroom than they asked for. Rob gets his essential double garage here, and there are also those sought-after countryside views. What's more, the village location is perfect for community life.
This sort of property, although it's modern, would suit us very well. We're very flexible on which style of property we have.
Yes, I quite like this property. Immediately we came down the drive, I thought, wow, it looks like an Austrian sort of house in a ski resort. But when we went inside, I was quite impressed with the amount of space initially. I think Elsa and I both have the same sort of taste when it comes to houses, and usually she's always right.
So lots of rooms to look around and decorate, maybe configure.
Absolutely, and maybe make use of the view out the back.
It does seem a bit wasted, doesn't it? I mean, I know it's south-facing, but that is a tremendous view.
It is, and it's just such a shame not to maximise on it. And you know me and my view.
I know, well, I'm starting to learn. Well, hopefully this is giving you something to think about.
Yeah.
Onward and upward, come
Okay.
with.
Okay.
When they make their move to the Bradford-on-Avon area, Elspeth and Rob are looking forward to making the most of the River Avon and the Kennet-on-Avon Canal, which both wind through the town. As keen rowers for years, they've now got their sights set on kayaking and have come to meet expert kayaking coach Mike Purchase at the Bradford-on-Avon Rowing and Canoeing Club to learn how to master one of the fastest growing sports in the UK.
OK, Robert, I think this is sort of ideal size for you, and Elspeth, it's ideal size. You should better just reach up to the top.
Got it.
Mike's club has over 150 members and has been running since 1873. Its most famous alumni is British athlete Ed McKeever, who won a gold medal for kayaking at the 2012 Olympic Games. And there's a golden postbox in Bradford-on-Avon to commemorate his achievement. But there'll be no racing today. Elspeth and Rob are going on their maiden voyage in a wide and stable kayak, perfect for beginners. Our novice pair are confident swimmers, but there are still safety measures to take.
What happens if we capsize?
If you capsize, leave the kayak upside down, because that contains air inside, and then swim to the end of the kayak, and then try and bring it into the bank. And in this case, I'll be there to help you.
With the safety briefing over, it's time to learn how to hop on board.
Step into the centre of the kayak,
Yep.
still holding on firm, and then let yourself down. And then you're ready to go.
Fine.
Well, Mike's made it look easy, and it's Elspeth who's up first.
Try and get your left leg in if you can, that's good. That's it. Try and get your bum down quickly, one hand on the bank, keep one hand on the bank.
I've landed.
That's fine.
Excellent.
Hold on to the cockpit, one hand onto the bank.
One hand
Yep,
in there.
yep. Try and lower yourself down slowly, that's it, into the centre, that's good. You okay? How's that feel?
Yeah, good.
Mike's got 55 years kayaking under his belt and loves sharing his passion for the sport.
That's good, just relax, Robert. Arms up a little bit, that's good. Excellent, excellent. How does that feel?
Yeah, I'm feeling a bit happier.
Okay, Robert?
Not quite
Yeah,
so
okay
wobbly.
now, see?
Basic paddling stroke is into the side of the kayak,
Okay.
in, then out.
Right. Okay.
Another important stroke is knowing how to stop. Then if you're paddling forward, you just put all anchors on
Like that. Okay.
and then back paddle, okay?
Right.
This stretch of the River Avon is very flat and calm, providing perfect conditions to learn to kayak,
That's good. Keep paddling.
as well as providing a beautiful backdrop.
Does that feel nice and steady in there?
Yeah, it does actually.
Very good, Robert, very good.
She's good, isn't she?
This is great. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
I always want a new challenge. This is definitely going to be one.
Yahoo!
Oh, we found a new sport. Well, I hope we get a new house and a new sport. That'd be fantastic.
And after a 1.5 mile round trip, they're back where they started.
What are your thoughts?
It felt a bit scary to start with, but you seem to kind of get the feeling and you get your balance a bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you were going along like a train. You were quite professional there, really good.
It was really great. It was good being on the water, and yeah, couldn't be nicer. It was great fun.
Good. Oh, you did really, really well.
Well, thank you so
Very good.
much for your time.
Yes.
I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank
Very
you
well.
very much.
Thanks a lot.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
cheers.
Thank you.
Excellent.
It's day 2 of our Wiltshire house hunt, and armed with an £800,000 budget, we're seeking out a country home for new grandparents Elspeth and Rob that locates them closer to family in Wiltshire. And I've still got an overwhelming mystery option up my sleeve.
It's like a baronial hall, isn't it?
It is.
Magnificent.
It is.
Plus, I'll be getting up close to a culinary Wiltshire tradition. You can see now why it will taste, if you know what I mean. It just tastes beautiful. Well, what I've learnt so far from Elspeth and Rob is they'd like a house to have views, and that house, well, it needs to be as big as possible. And I think the outlook will certainly improve with our next house. But moving forward to our mystery property, if they can see past the lack of vista, they will be rewarded by a huge property, certainly big enough for all that entertaining they plan to do. But before that, our next stop is the village of Westwood, around 2 miles from Bradford and Avon and just 15 minutes from Elspeth and Rob's daughter. Westwood really showcases that attractive Bath stone, which includes its magnificent medieval church, whose distinctive and beautifully carved stone tower can be seen for miles around. Back in Westwood, there's a great village pub just over a 5-minute walk from our next house, which has a story to tell, along with fabulous panoramic views. I think I want you to come inside to get a real first impression of this place. It's an old school.
OK.
Mid-19th century. What's going through your mind?
What do you think?
Yeah, I like the look of it from the outside. It looks unusual, a bit quirky,
Quite plain.
quite plain.
I think the way it's been converted over the years is very sympathetic, but it's almost been converted with you both in mind.
Ooh.
What were your first impressions when you walked through that gate?
Where's the garage?
Wow. That could be a garage, but that is now a fantastic office with amazing views. The guy who lives here,
Right.
you can take over the rental of his garage in the village.
Excellent. Yeah, well, that sounds good.
Only slight reservation is parking for cars, where do guests park when they come to see you? Is this the only bit of garden?
It is, yeah. Look, you've got 2 car parking spaces there. If you really
Yes.
wanted, I think you could pull cars in here. It depends how much garden you want, but there is a bit of outside space that goes around the house.
Right, OK. And we didn't really want that much gardening to do.
No.
Well,
This
perfect.
looks good, actually. It's ideal, just 1 step backwards, 1 step forwards with the lawnmower.
Let's go inside. Come with
OK,
me.
fantastic.
The original part of this property was built in 1841 from local stone. It was a primary school until 1976 and became a family home 10 years later. We're going back to school through the door which used to be the boys' entrance. Well, you've got a really nice entrance hall with an office off it, and then straight into your huge living room.
Oh, fantastic.
I like this.
Come in and get a good look at this
Yeah.
view.
That's a business. This is super.
And it's nice and quiet in here. You can't really hear the road.
The house is orientated away from that road.
Yeah. It's ticked a few of our boxes,
Yeah,
hasn't
so
it?
far, so
Yeah.
good.
Good. This way. Next door serves up a huge, bright kitchen diner, which I'm sure they'll like.
Okie
Yes.
dokie. I like it. Lovely family area.
I like it a lot, actually.
And that's the old girls' entrance, which they've turned into utility rooms, so all the gubbins is out of the way. Domestic bliss.
So far, Johnny, I think you might be on a winner here.
Well, I hope so. What we'll do, we'll walk out through this way and go upstairs to the bedrooms. Follow me,
Okay.
Richard. Also on the ground floor and keeping the old school memories alive is a cloakroom, once the school secretary's office and still furnished with the original quarry floor tiles. Moving upstairs, there's a large family shower room and 4 bedrooms. A decent-sized double, along with a slightly more snug one with a skylight. There's also a bright double with feature windows that benefits from a light bright ensuite. Finally, at the back of the house is an expansive double with a row of windows that allows in lots of light and those priceless countryside views. Well, this bedroom is the one that certainly gets the views.
Oh, wow, that's fantastic.
I'd be quite inspired in here, I think.
I just want to jump on the bed and peer out there right now.
Well, you struggle to get up in the morning, that's the thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
What's the feel, what's the vibe you're getting? Because you haven't bought a house for 20-odd years.
No.
Do you like the vibe the house gives?
I'm getting the same vibes that I got when we bought our last place.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, with
fantastic.
the views. And, yeah, it just has a nice feel to the place.
Yeah, it-
Feels sort of cosy.
Could you imagine us living here?
I certainly could.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh, brilliant.
Well, this sounds very encouraging. Let's go back downstairs and just sort of soak up these views, but also
okay.
start thinking about how much this house costs.
Right.
Uh-oh.
After you.
Thank you.
Outside, there's a terrace surrounded by well-planted shrubs and flower beds with spectacular views as far as the eye can see. Although this property may not have the largest garden, it does have plenty of great little spots from where to soak up the surrounding views, including a hot tub. Look at that view.
That is stunning, and I wanted to commune with the sky, and you sure can. Here.
If you look over there, that's the Westbury horse, look.
Oh, wow. And I used to have a white horse too.
Oh, it's an omen. OK, so it's time to guess the price.
I would say £685.
OK. Elspeth, can you do any better?
I would say 725.
You're in for a bit of a shock then. This place is on the market for offers around £795,000. Quite a bit above your guess.
Well, I was way out before.
Yeah.
I'm way out again, so at least I'm consistent.
Well, it's interesting. These are the best reactions you've had of a house.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's been your lowest guess.
I think he was being ever hopeful.
Could this be the house for you at the right price?
Could well be.
Well, we'll find out later. Go back inside and I'll catch you in a minute.
OK.
This converted school, built from Bath stone, has nudged in at £5,000 under Elspeth and Rob's top budget, and still manages to offer them practically everything they're looking for in a desirable spot close to their relatives. The kitchen, diner and living room are both perfect for entertaining, and upstairs there's one more bedroom than they asked for. The garden is a manageable size with wonderful views, and although the garage has been transformed into an office, there is the option of renting a nearby shelter for Rob's car, and the village location is ideal.
When I walked through the front door, I just thought, wow, it's got that wow factor of space.
It's so light, and the view is stunning. But the house itself, the rooms are, as I say, beautifully spacious, and I could really see all our things here.
So, all done inside?
Absolutely.
Still beaming?
Still beaming.
Yes.
Good. Well, hopefully this is something to really consider. Time now for something different. Come with me.
Right.
For our final visit to the Mystery House, we're journeying to the village of Kington St Michael. It's just over 11 miles from Elspeth and Rob's daughter near Bradford-on-Avon, and just over 3 miles from the market town of Chippenham. Kington St Michael is a thriving village offering residents a chance to really become part of the busy local community, with a village club, its own hall, cafe, shop and a pub. In the middle of the village, we find our Mystery House, which might be slightly further from family than Elspeth and Rob would like, but I'm hoping the space and style on offer here makes this outstanding property worth the journey. I'm starting to get the impression that coming to Wiltshire is almost to the manor born.
Yes, I think so.
And this is as close to manor as I could get you, because the manor house is there, and we're going to be looking around the old coach house.
Oh, wow, that looks fantastic.
That has wow factor.
She's a beauty, isn't she?
Yeah, it's absolutely gorgeous.
Magnificent.
Good.
Yeah.
Let's go inside.
OK.
Right.
Although the mystery property sits in the shadow of the neighbouring manor house, it's by no means modest in size. The oldest part of this old coach house dates back to the late 1700s, with various later additions including the handsome Georgian facade.
Look at this.
We're entering the single-storey part of the property, turning left, heading straight to the kitchen at the back of the main part of the house. First of all, you think, well, this is it. It's quite long and thin, almost galley style, isn't it? But it gets better as we walk through. Now, pausing just here, I know you like flow and open plan.
That's a pretty room, isn't it?
Next door to the dining room is a sunny breakfast room running from the front to the back of the house, with French windows to the garden at one end and a picture window at the other, with a sweeping spiral stairway in the centre. Now look at this space here.
Well, I think I'd have this as the main kitchen.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you?
It's crying out for it.
Definitely.
Through here, a living room. Come with me.
OK.
The large living room adjoining the open-plan breakfast room is also on a grand scale. A rather quirky mystery house has certainly come up trumps with space. OK, so I know you like big living rooms. I know you like big everything, really, don't you?
Yes, well, I've gone for a big husband, so...
And he fits in here, doesn't he?
I certainly do fit.
It does. I mean, yes, this is a big room. A little bit, I suppose, soulless is a word that comes to mind for me.
Well, look, you asked for space and you've got it. But this is a true mystery house. It's got you thinking.
It's like a baronial hall, isn't it? It's magnificent.
It is. Yes,
Is it too big then?
No, it's lovely.
I think it's too big.
You do?
I do.
Oh, no, I love it.
The extensive living space here is beginning to stray beyond Elspeth's comfort zone. But there's even more to explore on this expansive floor. There's a single-storey wing comprising a games room, plus a double bedroom with ensuite, along with a utility room. Our mystery house has begun to divide their opinion, but perhaps the upstairs will unite them once more. There's a stylish family shower room and 3 bedrooms. A double at the back, a large double at one side of the house, and on the other side of a galleried landing is the master bedroom with its own ensuite. Now, you get 2 equal-sized bedrooms at either end of the upstairs, but I think this has the nicer view of the manor house.
Oh, gosh, that's beautiful, isn't it?
Now, bedroom, size-wise?
Fabulous.
Nice. Just the right size, perfect.
You seem quite happy here. Is it just
Yeah, I
because
love it.
it's massive?
I could see me here. I become Lord of the Manor.
Well, you're pretty close to it.
Yes. I like something a bit different.
I think I would be rattling around, wishing people were here, apart from, obviously, I thoroughly enjoy your company.
Grandchildren, they could
But-
come down, stay long weekends. It'd be wonderful.
Let's go outside, look at the outside space, and start having a think about price.
Oh, gosh.
Looking forward to this.
OK.
While Elspeth seems daunted by the space inside, Rob already has visions of family staying. But we've still got the garden to inspect. It's of a reasonable size, completely manageable, and thoughtfully designed around a large walled courtyard. There's plenty of space for parking, plus Rob's all-important garage. Now, outside space, you probably get as much as we've seen, actually. Low maintenance.
I love it.
People used to call you Lord Pinkney of Peckham.
There you go. Well, it's been fun looking around the place. Now you've got to try and price it. Who wants to go first?
I think I'm going to guess this one bang on the nail. I would say it's over budget. About 850, 875.
OK.
Yep.
Elspeth?
It's so beautifully done, and it's a magnificent property. I think, like Rob, I think I would say 820.
It's on the market for offers around £785,000.
Ooh.
Gosh, you get an awful lot of property for your money, don't you?
Yeah.
Goodness.
So, you know the price. Go back inside, discover it, fight it out amongst yourselves, and I'll catch you when you're done. All right?
Okay.
See you in a moment. Our mystery coach house is a surprising £15,000 below Elspeth and Rob's budget. The supersized proportions give them a wealth of open-plan, bright spaces they wanted, and it's perfect for entertaining. There's one more bedroom than they asked for, and outside, there's a low-maintenance, attractive courtyard garden. What's more, Rob gets his garage, and there's a thriving community on their doorstep.
The Mystery House, I think, is absolutely incredible. It's huge. But I think the practicalities of needing to heat it, clean it, fill it with people and fill it with life. It feels to me as though it's just waiting for a lovely family to live here.
My initial impression when I walked down the drive was wow and double wow. I just love the look of the place. It's nice and big, nice and airy. Even though we wanted a smaller house and downsize, as soon as I saw it, I just thought, wow.
Now then, you haven't fallen out, have you?
No, not quite.
You don't look like a man that's got his own way, which is, well, it's disheartening
I
for us
never
all.
get my own way, Johnny.
Well, hopefully we've shown you at least one house that's in the running. Let's find somewhere for you to have a bit of a chinmug and then we'll all catch up, yeah?
Excellent.
Let's go. Wiltshire's landscape is largely agricultural, and pig farming is one of the county's most important rural businesses. Roger Keane is a pig farmer and grew up on the 350-acre farm in Sandridge, just south of Chippenham, that he took over from his father more than half a century ago. I've come to meet him to find out about the Wiltshire bacon he produces and cures using a method developed by another local family, the Harrises, in the 1800s, now known as the Wiltshire Cure. They had a pork processing factory nearby Calne and made a huge mark on the local employment map. When the factory shut down in 1983, 2,000 of the town's 10,000 residents were employees. So, Roger, how did pig farming here in Wiltshire come about historically then?
This area in the north of Wiltshire is a dairying area. There is always something left over. If you're making cheese, it's whey. If you're taking cream, it's going to be skim milk. Pigs love both of those items. We still feed them to the pigs today.
It wasn't only dairy products that attracted local farmers to keep pigs. In the 1800s, animals were walked over long distances by people called drovers. As they transported pigs from Ireland to London, they stopped in this part of Wiltshire after landing in Bristol to rest and feed their pigs before continuing on their journey.
Calne, which is where the Harris Bacon Factory was positioned, is right on the drover's route. So pigs were walked all the way to London. Blacklands Hollow, which is one of the stopping places near Calne, where they would rest up overnight. Perhaps a few pigs in the morning, Mr. Harris would pop down and get a bargain, as it were. Well, you know, I don't think he's going to make it to London, Governor.
Talk his quarry down a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Tell me a bit more about Wiltshire curing then, Roger.
Wiltshire curing differentiates from just curing. Just curing, the plain curing, taken place since Roman times, preserving pork meat with the use of salt. Wiltshire curing uses brine, and that produces, whichever way you look at it, a much milder bacon. And that was what the public wanted back in the 1850s when it was first developed.
Roger wanted to keep the cure process alive, so he recruited one of the Harris factory managers and some of the workforce, skilled at this traditional way of curing bacon in brine, a solution of salt water. The bacon house is where all the action is. The pork is cured at a constant temperature of 5 degrees, which is perfect to allow the pork to stay fresh whilst gently being transformed into bacon by the uptake of salt. What's the difference between the bacon that I might buy on a daily basis, say in a big shop or a supermarket?
They have to make sure that the brine gets to the deeper amounts of the cut in as short a time as possible. So whereas we're allowing the side to immerse in brine and take up the brine gently, it's forced into the side because they're looking at a speedy process.
Okay.
We give it what my daughter often calls the missing ingredient, which is time.
The pork, cut from the middle section of the animal, is immersed in the salty water for 4 days.
It's described as a living brine.
Okay.
Which means it's got bacteria within it.
Yeah.
Helpful bacteria in yogurts, helpful bacteria in making bread with the yeasts. But it's a helpful bacteria. And in effect, when we started, we took a gallon of the original brine that had been used by the Harris Company and put it in our brine. And since that time, we've merely been adding over the years. So we could say we've got a brine that's history goes back maybe 100 years.
When it emerges from the brine, the pork is stacked for 2 to 3 weeks. The water drains out of it and the salt that remains in the meat cures it and it matures into bacon. The next stage for about 40% of Roger's bacon is to infuse it with an aromatic smoky flavour. Now, behind this door lies what?
The smokehouse. In essence, it's just a room, and on the floor is the smouldering sawdust that we get from a local sawmill, which is smouldering for about 2 days.
Wow, but it smells good, doesn't it?
Well, let's have a go.
Let's have a look. It's dark.
It is.
Oh, wow. Oh, I can just see some embers on the floor here still burning away.
Absolutely.
So I think now we've witnessed the smoke, surely we deserve to taste, haven't we?
Well, I think that means the farmhouse kitchen, doesn't it?
Yeah, lead the way, sir. Roger has around 2,000 pigs on his farm, and the bacon he produces is sold into local butchers and farm shops in Wiltshire, as well as in neighbouring counties. Now, it may take up to 4 weeks for Roger to bring home the bacon, but the best things come to those who wait. This looks absolutely gorgeous. Well, I think we're ready.
we better get to it then, haven't we?
Oh, this looks good. Now then, I much prefer pan-fried to grilled anyway. Oh, that's gorgeous. That is absolutely gorgeous.
It's nice flavour, yeah.
It's been fantastic seeing this very traditional process. And I wish you every success with the future. Thank you very much.
That's great. Thank you.
Well, I think we could all see that Rob really fell for that huge mystery property. But personally, I'm not convinced it's done enough to beat that house with the views. So let's catch up with them and find out. OK, you've had a discussion. What's the plan? Have you got a favourite?
Well, I do.
She goes her way and I go her way.
That sounds very sensible. So your favourite house is?
The one with the view.
Yes, it was gorgeous. The views were stunning.
Now, the view, of course, that was one of the big things we had to put a tick against. But you wanted to be within striking distance of Bradford upon Avon.
Very important.
You're a mile away with that house.
Perfect.
Yeah.
What about the whole layout of the house? Because you wanted big rooms all along, didn't you?
I think that worked really well. There was a gorgeous big lounge that all our furniture will fit in.
Yeah. You've agreed the house with the views is your favourite between you. What about the Mystery House, Rob? You seem to fall head over heels for that place.
And it was definitely wow.
Do you still love it?
I do, but it would be slightly impractical, really. It was just a bit too big, you know, for the two of us, which it would be most of the time.
Well, I thought it really brought into definition how perhaps I thought that the house with the view might not have been downsizing enough for somebody of our age group.
Right.
But when we went to that big mystery house, it made me realise that the size of the one with the view was actually perfection.
And I saw fantastic reactions from you guys in the house with the views.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, you both really seem to enjoy looking round that house. So what's next?
Well, I think a second viewing, definitely.
Definitely a second viewing.
And then most probably discussion with them on price.
Let us know what happens next, how you get on with that second viewing, won't you?
We certainly will.
And if we buy it, we'll stick your picture over the fireplace.
Don't devalue it, please. Come on. I'm going to advise you against that. Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Well, Rob and Elspeth gave me quite an exacting wish list, didn't they? But I must say, to find a property with brilliant views, all that space to entertain, even with a good-sized budget that close to Bradford upon Avon, wasn't easy. So I do hope they take full advantage of this second viewing and really seriously consider this as an option to escape down here to Wiltshire. I wish them both the very best of luck. See you next time. Elspeth and Rob decided not to pursue the old schoolhouse, but have since exchanged on a converted barn in the same village as their daughter. If you'd like to escape to the country in Northern Ireland, Scotland, Wales or England and need our help, please apply online at bbc.co.uk/be on a show.